I got picked to do this.
Dean Martin.
How can you roast John, the funniest person you know? I think I'm just the most likely to be bullied into doing something that I don't want to do.
She's got notes. She's got notes.
I have to read this. I'm sorry. John, when Terry asked us to roast you, we knew we just couldn't say no. We've always liked her so much more than any of your old girlfriends. But then again, they were all inflatable. Seriously, John, you did do pretty well with the ladies. We remember one night you went out and came home with 6 numbers. Just one more digit and you would have had a whole phone number. From the beginning, you know you were always Mom and Dad's favorite. Your birth was such a miracle to them. They were trying for so long to have a baby. After Dad was drafted in the Army, it must have been good luck when they got stationed on that Navajo reservation. Mom fit in so well with the natives, particularly Chief Catch-No-Fish. Sometimes you remind her so much of her old friend. But that can't be true. Clearly, you're a true combination of Mom and Dad. It's like they took Dad's head and put it on Mom's body. Everyone was amazed at how special you were as a child. In kindergarten, you really stood out. Then again, you were 130 pounds and 9 years old. As the only boy in the family, we fondly remember all of your athletic accomplishments. We were there for you on your first day of football tryouts and the last day you played. Boy, that was one great day. Even as Mom and Dad's favorite son, there were some bumps in the road. A few drinking and driving incidents and some minor car accidents. Always putting you first, Mom and Dad had a solution. Girls, they said, go out there and find yourselves a lawyer and an auto body man. And we did. Anything for you. Anything, that is, for the brother who taught us so much. In addition to teaching us the art of competitive speed eating, you taught us some valuable life lessons. You taught us how to give and receive a proper left hook. That's true. You taught us how to plan ahead. To this day, we read the last page of a book before the first, just in case it somehow gets ripped out. You also taught us to be humble. After all, we could be beaten up with one finger at any moment. You also taught us to juggle, to laugh harder than we ever had, how to be a good friend, the best brother, a great uncle, and as Mom and Dad always say, a wonderful son. Happy birthday, John.
Good job. Who's next? They're all lining up, John.
You have to take a drink first.
All right, we have Michelle, right?
All right, Michelle.
So, John, you've always wrote songs. So I thought, in tribute of you writing songs, I'd write a song for you. And this goes to the tune of Frank Sinatra's That's Life. That's John.
That's John.
That's what people say. He's polar bear plunging in February, digging clams in May. You know he'll never change his tune till he's fishing sharks in June. I say that's John.
That's John.
And we just have to mention, John gets his kicks dreaming up inventions. And you all know what's nice. It's John's patented recipe for ice. He's been a hunter, a runner, a jokester, a golfer. Terry's pawn and her king. He's been up and down and over and out. But I know one thing. Each time he finds himself where he can't stand, he picks himself up and puts a Miller Lite in his hand. That's John. I'll tell you, just can't deny it. He never quit him, baby. Our hearts ain't gonna buy it. And if his jokes don't make you giggle, Just wait until you see him jiggle. He's been a hunter, a runner, a jokester, a golfer. Terry's pawn and her king. He's been up and down and over and out. But I know one thing. Each time he finds himself laying flat on his back, he picks himself up and gets back on the Jack Daniels. That's John's life, and we can't deny it. He knows how much we love him, 'cause we're all here to riot. And he's turning 50 this here July. So let's start this party and watch him fly. My.
Come on, Terry.
Come on, Terry.
Terry, come on.
Oh. This one's going to be good. All right, before we even start, hang on.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. I'll tell you what, when Terry said, I need you to roast John, I was like, we need a bigger grill, for sure. No doubt about it. So, here I am. And I put a little something together here, like, based on Jeff Foxworthy. It's, you may have reached 50 if. If when you sleep, people think you're dead, you may be 50. If your knee goes out more than you do, you may be 50. If you where's Foss? Where's Joe Foss at? Joe, where you at? Pick your feet up. All right, he ain't gonna punch me. If you wear black socks with sandals, sorry, Joe, you may be 50. I just want to make sure, because he was... Oh, sorry about that. I'm not worried about him. If it takes longer for you to rest up than it did for you to get tired, you may be 50. If getting lucky for you means you found your car without hitting the panic button in the parking lot, you may be 50. If your narrow waist and broad shoulders are beginning to change places, you may be 50. I know this because I'll be 55 in 2 weeks. If most of the names in your address books begin with doctor, you may be 50. If you start thinking that it's better to be over the hill than under it, you may be 50. If you don't care that your mind wanders as long as it comes back, you may be 50. If you don't attempt to bend down except under medical supervision, you may have reached 50. If your idea of a photographic memory is taking pictures of everything you need to remember, you may have reached 50. And if you keep a diary to remember what you did yesterday, you may have reached 50. And if you label all the household objects, refrigerator, bed, television, you may have reached 50. And last, if you save all the hairs on your breast, hoping someday medical science will develop a means to transplant them, you may have reached 50. Okay. Facts from 1960. If you had $100 in 1960, it would be worth $679.09 today. 1960, the average cost of a new home was $15,500. 1960, the average cost of a gallon of gas was 25 cents.